morning. So it's the 23rd of April, Saturday, and we're just on our way to Big Rock Dirt Park, where we are going to be doing the adventure training course, adventure riding training course level 1 and level 2 over the next 2 days. So I've been super excited about this course since a while now. So, and finally we got enough folks to do it with so that we get a reasonable discount, and so a group has a discount versus doing it individually. So super excited to finally do this, and here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaushik Jairam. I'm basically from Mysore, but now live in Bangalore. I've completed my MBA and now work in the corporate sector. Riding is my passion, it's what fuels me, and it's what I want to do for the rest of my life for sure.
Fellow riders, Mr. Karthik Jairam, say hi.
Hi, my name is Karthik Jairam. I'm from Mysore and I work in the Merchant Navy as a marine engineering officer.
Kashyap.
And I'm Kashyap Jairam. I'm from Mysore as well. I studied my law here in Bangalore, after which I've been working in Manchester Park in the company as manager. I love my football. I'm an ardent football enthusiast, and that's one of my primary motivators to help me stay fit. Riding, of course, being a few seconds.
Shantanu, say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Shantanu. I live in Bangalore and I work in the financial services industry.
I think as we put up to the track, I had just this big grin on my face, and the track looked amazing, and we put it up, and Nikhil greeted us, who was our trainer, and there was also Bhima over there. Nikhil and Bhima were our companions and trainers for the entire 2-day period. Started off from how do you grab the handlebars, what is your shoulder positioning, how do you stand? You stand on the balls of your feet. That's the line you heard so many times, the balls of your feet, right? And started with sitting and riding, then sitting and riding in a straight line, and then sitting and riding around corners, and then standing and riding.
How's the start to your course been?
It has been really good. It's tiring. Realizing my physical strength now.
Oval course where we did these drills which they were teaching us, right? And it was tiring work because, like how Shantanu likes to put it, we are going from point A to point A, right? We were all super dehydrated. We were taking constant breaks to rehydrate, but still it was really a taxing kind of environment and weather to be doing this. Thankfully, we had ORS that was provided.
Thank you, Bhima, for that idea. And for the walls themselves, they literally were a lifesaver. The second half of day 1 would not have happened if not for that ORS.
So I was riding my Versus 650 obviously because that's the one that I wanted to get comfortable on to do trails.
Yes, so Shantanu, Karthik and myself, we were given the Himalayans.
How's it going?
Awesome, yo.
Yeah.
Had my first fall already.
First fall already.
Yo, all in a learning cause.
For a good cause indeed.
No locking the hips. That's the lesson from the first fall.
How do you feel, Karthik? How's it going? Because words aren't coming from your mouth. And we have our third participant right there.
Party is chilling on. You gave him ORS.
Yeah, I gave him all this. He also getting a headache. Headache. Yeah, dehydration.
Fully dehydrated.
Yeah.
We were taught how rate break locking works, and that was a lot of fun for me.
After the airbag locking, Nikhil started moving towards the track and we all got super excited because we were going to start riding on the track. But sadly not yet, because he still had one more important skill to teach us, which was
Incline recovery.
yeah. And after this, we hit the track. High point of the first day, but the real high point of the first day came at the very end, right? Which was when we set off on a short trail ride just outside, the Big Rock Dirt Park.
Woo! It's like we were making roads and making trails wherever we went. I never thought if I saw a bamboo patch or a bamboo tree, I would be going through it. But that's literally what we ended up doing with us.
The first day was an eye-opener. Things that you thought you cannot do, I was able to get a decent amount of confidence when I rode on the trail by the evening of day one.
Because I was always a bit scared to go off-road. I didn't know if I could control the bike that much, and that motivated me to kind of go for this training. What I expected from this training was mostly around learning new skills on top of what I already know, but that was not the case. It was just in the training, 1 hour into the training, what I realized that we need to unlearn quite a lot of things that we know and relearn it from the start.
We went to Ladakh together, and I went to Spiti after that. Whatever off-road sections were there, you remember how we were going, right? Both legs on the ground, and you're just like, oh man, am I just going to drop the bike now, and how do I manage? But then, Nikhil told me a very important thing when I asked him about, hey, is the Versus a good bike for this off-roading, etc. It's a heavy bike. He said two things. He said one thing. The first thing was that hey, the limiting factor is your ability, and like the bike's weight is not called the limiting factor. And more interestingly, he told me that the bike's weight is your friend if you know how to handle it, right? Which was crazy. While at the end of day one, and even now, I don't claim to know how to handle the weight of the bike to completely my advantage. But what was very clear on that trail ride at the end of day one was just so much easier it was. Like my trail riding had completely transformed, right? And just putting those basics into play, I think helped us really enjoy that entire trail. And then we reached that one spot, the single solitary shade that was there from the single solitary tree, right? In that wide ground, and we all had a huge smile on our face, right? All the pain that we kind of endured in terms of the drills and doing the same stuff over and over again, and aching knees, aching back, holding your core, unlocking your hips, unlocking your knees. All of those just felt like random things that we were doing on that endless oval. But the moment we went on track and things got so much more exciting, I think none of us really felt tired as well, because we were just kind of responding, taking in the inputs from the reality that we had around us, and since we were riding through a real life trail and it was such a beautiful trail, I think we really enjoyed it.
I was hoping they'll come back the same way. This ended too quickly.
You all are enjoying the trail. I'm glad I didn't miss that.
Yeah, so all of us. Super fun. And that's what I was just thinking, literally all the basics that we learned today just transforms the way we can just peacefully ride, man. Bloody, it's crazy. Simple stuff, but it's super fun.
If you have your foundation right, then you can build a tall enough building.
Yes.
Foundation isn't strong enough.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Have you taken a piss?
Yeah, I get the color of my piss also. So far, so good. In the afternoon,
I'm not pissed.
Let me
no wonder, bro.
That was a wrap on day one. We ended up camping at Big Rock Dirt Park, which was also a great experience because it's essentially a huge mango farm which has a bunch of trails around it. Lot of interesting conversations in the evening, listening to Nikhil and Dima's exploits, their opinions, lot of riding conversations, I felt the course kind of was an endless course, right? It extended into the evening, and we were just speaking about riding concepts, and they were also, I think, excited to have folks who were asking them all these interesting questions, and they spoke to them about all the different events that Big Rock Dirt Park does, hopefully soon. But yes, the end of day one, we all went to sleep in our tents after a sumptuous meal with aching bones and muscles for sure, but a lot of confidence and a lot of a lot of accomplishment that we felt at the end of day one. We thought we had done it all at the end of that day's trail. We thought, hey, we got this, bro. But no, picture abhi baaki hai mere dost for day 2.